Tonight we need to talk about political intelligence in the black community. You see, black people think if they just go along to get along, they just do what they're told, that they're going to benefit in the long run. And what history has shown us is as long as you keep going along to get along and doing what you're expected to do, you won't get jack spit. I'm trying to cut down on my cursing. So if you continue to do what they tell you to do and you don't get anything for it, what is the benefit of doing it? Yeah, I guess it's a pat on the back. I don't know. I don't really see that benefit. So we're going to break that down in multiple ways. First thing I want to do is I want to cover a few things before we get into that. Let's talk about ADONS, aka ADOS. If you can't read what's on your screen, I'll read it for you. With Twitter, you start with the bottom part, and the person at the top is usually responding to the bottom. Here we are. Notice of Task Force Recommendation. The organization that makes up ADOS California has decided to rescind our recommendation for your nomination to the AB 3121 Task Force. This was a democratic process, and we have notified the appropriate officials of this decision. ADOS California. So here we are. Uncle Strappy says, so wait, ADOS California has rescinded their recommendation for Tone Talks, aka Tone Tits, to serve on the Cali Reparations Task Force? Even though the person who wrote the bill based it on his work? And even though some of the Cali chapters have switched from ADOS to Assembly org? Question mark with the suspicious eye emoji. If you don't know, ADOS has been a mess for years. Initially, when I heard it, I was like, oh, I fuck with this. This is exactly what type of shit we was on anyway. But when the layers started to get peeled back, we immediately rescinded from it. We're like, nah, we're not going to fuck with this. Because when you start turning our lineage into a political party or a political pack, whatever the fuck y'all want to do, you start getting goofy shit like this. It was called out years ago, and it's all unfolding. So to most of us, this is no surprise. This is exactly what we expected it to be. We expected this to be the outcome. We expected this. This isn't new to us. See, what happened was ADOS started coming out talking right, but when the layers got peeled back and the details and you started reading the fine line and the fine print, you started to realize, oh no, I can't fuck with these folks. And then you start going into more details and you're like, oh hell no, I can't fuck with these folks. And then you go into more detail and you're like, man, fuck no, I can't fuck with these folks. It just kept getting worse as you continue to peel back the layers. They unorganized. They started charging membership fees. How are you charging a membership fee for a lineage? Either you are American descendants of slaves or you're not. There's no membership for it. So that means anybody can pay the membership fee and join the organization. See, it's an organization. It's not a lineage. Therefore, I can't fuck with it. I can't fuck with it because it's an organization and not a lineage. It's that simple. ADOS is falling apart. They are falling apart. And it's embarrassing to see, But we told y'all this is what was going to happen. There are people who are deflecting from them every single day. I see a new fucking tweet or something of that nature of people deflecting or running from ADOS organization because they don't like the way it's being ran. Because it's an organization, not a lineage. If you just stuck to the lineage, you stuck to the code, you wouldn't be having these people acting like this. You got non-ADOS members or non-ADOS people serving on your board. What? What are we talking about right now? How is that even a thing? That shouldn't even be a thing. But it is. So that's what's happening with them. Get that off the screen. I'm going to get that off the screen. Now, another thing I want to bring up. It's very unfortunate, but I must bring it up. It is very, very, very unfortunate, but I must bring it up because this is what it is. Read them and wheat to your screen, people. Let me take my cover down. Ooh, spooky. Seahawks Chad Wheeler arrested for suspicions of felony domestic violence. Seahawks player Chad Wheeler was being held in Kings County Jail on Monday night after being arrested on suspicion of felony domestic violence, accused of assaulting his girlfriend at residence in Kent. Wheeler, on Monday, appeared in Kings County District Court, and bail was set at $400,000. He was ordered to not have contact with the alleged victim and surrender all weapons. Update: Seahawk Chad Wheeler posts bail after arrest of suspicion felony domestic violence. Court records show Wheeler was booked in the Kings County Correctional Facility in Seattle at 1:19 a.m. Saturday. Wheeler, a backup offensive lineman, joined the Seahawks in October of 2019 and played in 5 games for them this season. He is a restricted free agent. In a statement Monday, the Seahawks said, "We are aware of the situation and still gathering information." The Seattle Times generally does not name suspects until charged, but there are some expectations, including when a public figure is involved. The Times does generally not identify victims of domestic violence. A Kent Police Department report said police responded to a call of a woman who was locked in a bathroom following a physical fight. Notice the words they use. Physical fight with their boyfriend. The victim called 911 to state that she was being killed. Police are advised that she suffered a dislocated arm and was bleeding. According to reports, when officers arrived, they could hear screaming from inside the apartment, and after forcing their way in, heard more screaming from the bathroom. They forced their way in the bathroom and found a victim in Wheeler. He is standing beside her, report said. Wheeler initially was uncooperative before being detained. The report said he did not speak to officers. She was transported to Valley Medical Center in Kent because arm pain, the report said. Arm pain? She dislocated her fucking shoulder. Look at that shit. Wheeler is 6'7", 310 pounds, and victim is 5'9", 145 pounds, the report said. According to the report, Wheeler had been on medication for bipolar disorder, but had not been taking it as of late. Of course, they give him an alibi right in the fucking article. The report said the incident began when Wheeler asked the victim to bow to him, and when she did not, he grabbed her and threw her on the bed. This is what Wheeler looks like. I'm going to show y'all. That's Wheeler. Where we at? All right, here we go. The report said the incident began when Wheeler asked the victim to bow to him, and when she did not, he grabbed her and threw her on the bed. The report said Wheeler then strangled the victim before she lost consciousness. The report also said when she regained consciousness, Wheeler was standing near the bed and said, "Wow, you're alive?" The victim then ran into the bathroom where she called 911 and family, according to report. Wheeler picked the lock on the door and entered before officers arrived. It was not clear Monday night if Wheeler has a lawyer. Wheeler played 65 offensive snaps and 21 on special teams for Seattle this season. He filled in at right tackle in games against Giants and Jets in December due to injuries to other players. Wheeler played in 27 games with 19 starts for the Giants from 2017 to 2019, including 14 starts for the Giants in 2018. The Seahawks signed Wheeler in October of 2019 after he was waived by the Giants. He is a restricted free agent, and if he does not receive a qualifying offer, he will become an unrestricted free agent when the NFL new league year begins March 17. Wheeler was a 4-year starter at left tackle at USC from 2013 to 2016. He was an All Pac-12 selection as a senior and second-team All Pac-12 as a junior. He went undrafted out of USC with a 2017 story in the New York Daily News reporting there was questions about Wheeler's past, including a December 2015 altercation with police. As detailed by Daily News, Wheeler was not arrested but reportedly threatened a teammate, punched the walls in the windows of an apartment, got into an altercation with police, and then was taken to Los Angeles Hospital for a psychiatric evaluation. An NBC News reports alleged Wheeler was possibly under the influence of drugs and alcohol and did not recognize a fellow offensive lineman, so he threatened him. That prompted his outburst, a call to police, and then officers firing beanbag rounds at fleeing Wheeler to subdue him, according to reports. A 6'7", 310-pound white man gets beanbag rounds. All right. As detailed by Daily News, Wheeler cited personal issues and apologized. In a statement in March 2016, I regret what I did. I apologize to my coach, my teammates, and fans. I did have personal issues at the time. Then they got help for domestic violence survivors under here. Bob Cotter wrote the article for the Seattle Times. Y'all hear in the article how they already champion this man. But I got more important things to show y'all. Let me go ahead and turn this display capture off and bring my cover back on. Let me put my cover at the bottom. That makes everything easier. Look what she looks like before he whooped her ass. Beautiful sister. She fine. 5'9", she might. 145 pounds. I'm a little heavier than her. That's all right, though. She can get all this. But unfortunately, this is what she looked like after. After he got her hands on her, this is what she looks like. I understand those of you that are listening to the podcast, but you need to go to YouTube and look at the video. You need to. You need to go ahead and look at the video. I want y'all to look at this. Here is her before, and here's her after. Here's her before, and here's her after. She don't deserve this shit. Even if she was being a bed wench. She don't deserve this shit. Come on. Now, if she's being a bed wench, I have a little less sympathy. Because I tell y'all motherfucking bed wenches all the time, this is the kind of shit that can happen to you. You don't want to listen. She 5'9", 145. She can get anybody. That's a stallion, you hear me? He's 6'7", 310. Sloppy. I know he's sloppy. Let me show you this motherfucker. I know he's sloppy. Can't nobody tell me nothing. I know he's sloppy. Matter of fact, let me get you some more pictures of him. Get you some more Chad Wheeler pictures. Don't worry about the Harry Potter shit. Let me get you some more Chad Wheeler. I know he looks sloppy. Look at him. A mess. He's a mess. He's a mess. Look at him. Look at him. Goofy looking. He goofy looking. He looked asleep in that picture. Look at him. This who she fucking with. Much skinnier days in college. This who she fucking with. There you go. He looked like he got it in his eyes. He got that demon in his eyes. Here you go again, giggling, smiling, happy. Yeah. Beating on black women. Where's the protect black women at? Where to protect women? Where's protect all black women? Where y'all at, man? Because a black woman needs some protection. One more time for y'all that didn't see it. Here's her before. Here's the after. Dislocated shoulder as well. He whooped her ass. Fucked her up. Tried to kill her and said, wow, I'm surprised you're alive. I guess this the upgrade y'all was talking about, huh? That's the upgrade y'all was talking about. Hey, man, listen. I'm not here to judge. I'm just here to show y'all the consequences of what can happen to you. I know a lot of y'all like to think the grass is greener on the other side. Or whatever you got. I know y'all like to think that. But here we are. Here we are. I just want y'all to marinate on that. But anyway, let's go ahead and we're going to move on. We're going to move on. I want to just go over that. We're going to move on. I'm not going to hold y'all too long. I know, listen, some people say the episodes be short. Some people be saying episodes is cool. I need to know what you think. Tweet UL with Marv or on Facebook, Unorthodox Logic with Marv. Hit me up and let me know how you feel about the episodes. Are they too long? Are they just right? Or are they too short? Too long, just right, too short. Word to the bay. Let's get on. I like to get to the point. That's my whole thing. I just like to get to the point. You know what I mean? I ain't got time for that other shit. Let's get to the point. Okay. So let's talk about political intelligence. Let's get to the main topic here. Let's talk about political intelligence. You see, people say, non-black people and some black people, they love to say this people of color, minority shit. BIPOC as well. I don't even know what the fuck that means. I think it's black, indigenous, people of color. So that means black people, Native Americans, and then other people of color. If I'm not mistaken, I might have just pulled it out of my ass, but who knows? Point is, we're always told how we got minority brothers and sisters in this struggle. You see, I want y'all to see this, though. We got a couple quotes. I want to break them down for y'all. Gus Garcia, a Mexican-American civil rights attorney. I know Negroes aren't getting their full share of democracy, but frankly, I'm prejudiced against Negroes, and I do not believe that they are entitled to everything that we get. Now, if you look on your screen, you can clearly see he's a white Hispanic. You can clearly see he's a white Hispanic. See, this is what they think of us. This is what they think of us. This mentality has not changed. This mentality still is prevalent today. This mentality is prevalent today. This mentality is why we are where we are. This is how they think of us. See, they like to say, oh, you're my brother. You're my brother. You're my brother. But I smell a butt. Politically, they don't talk like that. Politically, we're not their brothers. Politically, this is who we are. Politically. You see, I tried to tell y'all to get down. See, y'all that's listening to the show, y'all don't need to be told to get down because y'all already know. I don't say things out of racism, bigotry, xenophobia, or no shit like that. I strictly stick to the facts, and I strictly am pro-black. I like how that rhymes. I strictly stick to the facts, and I'm strictly pro-black. But the point is, this is what they think of us. Do y'all think that's the only thing I got? I hope y'all don't think that's the only thing I got. I hope y'all not that disrespectful to Marv. I hope y'all not that disrespectful to Marv. I hope y'all don't think that that's all I got. I hope y'all not that disrespectful to Marv. I hope y'all are not that disrespectful to Marv and think that's all I got. You see, I don't have to play these kind of games. I don't have to play these, I'm scared, I'm nervous. I don't do none of that. I can simply speak truth to power. I can speak truth to power. So let me go ahead and speak some more truth to power. Take that one off the screen and put this one on the screen. Let the Negro fight his own battles. His problems are not mine. I don't want to ally with him. Felix Terrariana, Mexican-American president of LULAC, 1956 to 1960. Now, the first thing you probably asking is, what is LULAC? Let me tell you what LULAC is. LULAC is a Latin American. It's the largest and oldest Hispanic organization in the United States. LULAC, L-U-L-A-C, advances the economic condition, educational attainment, political influence, housing, health, and civil rights for Hispanic American through community-based programs operating at more than 1,000 LULAC councils nationwide. The organization involves and serves all Hispanic nationality groups. With approximately 132,000 members throughout the United States and Puerto Rico, LULAC is the largest and oldest Hispanic organization in the United States. This is what the president of the Hispanic Americans think of black Americans. Now, granted, this is what he said in 1956, 1960. But what I'm trying to tell y'all is this is their political get down. There is no minority coalition. There is no people of color. They are for self, and they truly understand it, and they don't give a damn about what we think. They don't give a damn about what we think. Let me give y'all some more political intelligence here. Now, Joe Biden said no one should be profiting off our criminal justice system. That's why today I'd ordered the Department of Justice to end the use of private prisons by the federal government. Now, some of you may see a comment that I left under there that looks real familiar. That's right. It's me. I said, in all caps, you made that possible. Now, in regular captions, you even incentivized states that took on the 94 Biden bill. Now, y'all ask me, let me tell y'all what the 94 Biden bill is, because people like to play stupid. Let me pull up the highlights. Biden on the, no, we ain't gonna do. Where is the 94? Here we go. Violence, Crime Control, and Law Act of 1994. I'm not reading that. Just want the summary of it is pretty much what I want. Click here. The Violent Crime Control and Law Enforcement Act of 1994 represents the bipartisan product of 6 years of hard work. It is the largest crime bill in the history of the country and will provide for 100,000 new police officers, $9.7 billion in funding for prisons, and $6.1 billion in funding for prevention programs, which were designed with significant input from from experienced officers. The act also significantly expands the government's ability to deal with problems caused by criminal aliens. The crime bill provides $2.6 billion in additional funding for the FBI, DEA, INS, United States attorneys, and other Justice Department components, as well as the federal courts and Treasury departments. Some of the most significant provisions in the bill are summarized below. Gang crimes provide new and stiffer penalties for violent and drug trafficking crimes committed by gang members. Three strikes. Mandatory life imprisonment without possibility of parole for federal offenders with 3 or more convictions of serious violent felonies or drug trafficking crimes. Or drug trafficking. Drug trafficking. Not and, or. The 94 Biden bill. Sit on that. Correctional facilities / boot camps. Formula and competitive grant programs for state correctional agencies to build and operate correctional facilities, including boot camps and other alternatives in incarceration. And other alternatives. I wonder what that means. Chain gang. To ensure that additional space will be available to put and keep violent offenders incarcerated. 50% of the money set aside for those states which adopt truth in sentencing laws. Violent offenders must serve at least 85% of their sentence, or which meets other conditions. $24.5 million in competitive funds available for boot camps in 1995. $7.9 billion authorized in 1996, 2000. That's what the freaking Biden bill ensures. Now, Bernie likes to say the violence against women is the reason why I signed up for it. Because Bernie voted yes to that one. All I'm saying is this Biden bill look real crazy. Let's look at juveniles real quick. I want to read this. Is the last part I'm going to read. I want y'all to understand this. Juveniles provision authorizes adult prosecution of those 13 and older charged with certain serious violent crimes, prohibits the sale or transfer of firearms or possession of certain firearms by juveniles, triples the maximum penalty for using children to distribute drugs in or near a protected zone, i.e. schools, playground, video arcades, and youth centers. They went after 13-year-old children. That is the Violent Crime Control and Law Enforcement Act of 1964, a.k.a. the Biden Bill of 1964. He got the fucking nerve to say no one should profit off prisons. You disgust me. And everybody that voted for you do. But we're talking about political intelligence, and it folds right into it. This is what we voted in because we didn't like the way President Trump speaks. President Biden got a better plan for us. President Biden has a better plan for us. Now let me talk about why political intelligence is important before we get up out of here. You see, this is what y'all need to understand. Political intelligence is important because you won't vote for someone like Biden if hold on. You won't vote for somebody like Biden if you had any type of political intelligence. If you had a single smidget of political intelligence, you would truly understand what is going on. You see here, political intelligence requires you to hold people accountable and be accountable for your actions. When you vote somebody in, you hold their feet to the fire based on what they promised you as a community. If they don't promise your community anything and you still vote for them, that tells us your political intelligence is in the sewers. That tells us your political intelligence is irrelevant to the conversation. Therefore, you cannot speak, lead, or talk about certain things in the black community. Political intelligence scares some people because they realize if they wake up and understand what's going on politically, they're going to have to do something about it. And if they don't, the guilt is going to be too insurmountable for them to continue to live their lives the way they want to live them. Some people want to live their lives in ignorant bliss, but when you wake up politically, you cannot live in ignorant bliss. You have to address the problems. See, the black community do not understand power dynamics. That's why they let a lot of power things happen on their watch and do nothing about it. You do nothing about it because either you're scared, nervous, or don't know what to do. If you don't know what to do, you can be helped. Come here. Go to Tariq Nasheed. Go to Professor Black Truth. Go to the Black Channel. Go to Vicky Dillard. Those are the places you go to for the new black media. Those are the places you go to when you like, damn it, what the fuck do I need to do? Freak do I need to do? Not F. What the freak do I need to do? You come to us, and we'll let you know what to do. Oh, we'll let you know what to do. Do you understand me? Political intelligence is vital for the black community. Foundational Black Americans, we are going after reparation. If you're not politically intelligent, you shouldn't be speaking as a mouthpiece for foundational Black Americans. You should be listening and learning and following the code. That is all you should be doing. That is it. Political intelligence is important because in order to get economic advancement, you need to be politically inclined and understand how white supremacy works. White supremacy is a global pandemic. There's nothing more dangerous to black people than white supremacy. White supremacy controls all aspects of life. If and only if you think you can avoid that, vote your way out of it, or possibly pray your way out of it, you are a damn fool. And you need to be kicked in your butt and understand what we're up against in America, especially as black people, and especially as foundational Black Americans. And the reason why there's a difference between immigrants that come over here as blacks and foundational Black Americans is they can't send us nowhere. They can deport the other ones at the snap of a finger. So if you think you're safe, if you cooning it up, shucking and jiving, you are wrong.